of us, the majority of us, feel disempowered. And as a result of that, we become vulnerable to external influences. We become vulnerable to the messages in our music or from Hollywood. Or think about advertising. They prey on the fact that we don't feel like we're enough. Look at our government. So when we feel disempowered, we are now vulnerable to those who are in power, right? So what does that do? Collectively, it makes us angry. And we regress back to those insecurities and that instability of the root chakra. We fall into survival collectively. And when you fall into survival, what happens, right? Fight or flight. So a lot of us, and listen, I don't have to tell you what's going on in the world. You know, if you have a phone in your pocket or a TV in your living room, it's pretty clear that it's chaos and mayhem out there. So if you are carrying these feelings of disempowerment collectively, you may disengage because it's too much. Or you may fall into fight and you want to fight the system or champion your cause. Or very often, because how do we do that? We feel disempowered. We turn on one another and we fight about the topic du jour, whatever they throw at us that we're supposed to fight about this week. And we fight amongst each other, which only exacerbates the disempowerment and the self-doubt and all of those things. Pretty dark, but how do we solve that? Well, we bring in our focus to the individual, to our microcosms, to our immediate family, our friends, our social groups. We start there. But the nucleus of that microcosm is you. And the only way you become impervious to those external influences is to bring yourself back into alignment. Now, there's no substitute for going back and digging through the muck, going back and looking at your root chakra, your ears, your sacral, and ultimately your solar plexus, which is the consequence of those insecurities and guilt and shame and all that. But when you do that and you bring your self-doubt into confidence and your lack of worthiness to a sense of empowerment, self-esteem, and you bring those back into alignment, and everybody does that, and they tell two friends and so on, we then become empowered as humanity, as society. And that